Professor Ashok. Professor Ashok Pandey, sir, is currently Distinguished Scientist at the Center of Innovation and Translational Research, CSIR, Indian Institute of Toxicology Research, Lucknow, and Executive Director Honorary at the Center for Energy and Environmental Sustainability. Formerly, he has eminent scientist at the Center of Innovation and Applied Bioprocessing, Mohali, and Chief Scientist and Head of Biotechnology Division and Center for Biofuels at CSIR and IIST Trivandrum. His major research and technological development interests are industrial and environmental biotechnology and energy biosciences, focusing on biomass to biofuels and chemicals, waste to wealth and energy, industrial enzymes, etc. Professor Ashok Pandey sir is adjunct faculty, adjunct professor in universities in the France, Brazil, Canada, China, Korea, South Korea, and Switzerland, and also in several universities in India. He has more than 1,500 publications, communications, which include 16 patents, 107 books, more than 800 papers and book chapters, etc., with H index of 108 and more than 51,000 citations. He has transferred 4 technologies on industrial enzymes to industries and has done industrial consultancy for about a dozen projects for Indian international industries. Professor Ashok Pandey sir is recipient of many national and international awards and honors, which includes Distinguished Fellow, highest cited researcher in world top 1% for year 2020, 2019, and 2018 citations given by the Climate Analytics and Web of Science. Top scientist in biotechnology, that is number 1 in India and number 8 in the world by Stanford University, and many more. Professor Pandey sir is member of many reputed societies such as World Society of Sustainable Energy Technologies, Indian Chemical Society, the Biotech Research Society India, International Society for the Energy, Environment and Sustainability, Royal Society of Biology, UK, International Society for Energy, Environment and Sustainability, Academician of European Academy of Sciences and Arts, Austria, National Academy of Sciences, India, Association of Microbiologists of India, and many more. Professor Pandey sir is founder president of the Biotech Research Society of India, founder and international executive coordinator of International Bioprocessing Association, France, chairman of the International Society for the Energy, Environment and Sustainability, editor-in-chief of many national and international journals of the review. From here onwards, I would request Professor Ashok Pandey sir for say a few words. Professor Ashok Pandey sir, please sir.
Thank you, Manish. Good morning to everyone. This is a very important topic what we are discussing today in this event, waste. And we just heard types of waste, a lot of statics, all that can be talked about waste. But looking at, we have waste generated in day-to-day life, that is municipal solid waste or kitchen waste, what we generate every day. Even if you look at this scenario, what has been briefly mentioned by in her opening remark by Dr. Mrs. Asthana, scenario is very difficult. Even if we adopt the principle of reduce, reuse, recycle 3 R's, it cannot handle the situation, because the bottom line remains that we cannot deny someone the rights of new developments and new technologies. And then a side stream is always generated when we generate a product of our interest, and since we do not know how to use it. If you look at the very simple concept of waste or definition of waste, what it is, how we define the waste. Any material which we do not know how to use, we call it waste. A chair is a plastic chair is used in a home, but then the moment it is broken, it breaks down, a leg is broken or something, we say it is waste for us, because then we do not know how to use it. And same is true for everything. In olden time, we all have seen that the principle of grandmas or grannies, that the tins of pickle, they will be recycled, they will use for keeping spices, the bottles or juices will be kept for using some other thing, and so on. Now that concept is changing. And as I said, that we cannot deny the people to have so-called better materialistic life. Now the question is then, how do live around? How do we attain the sustainability? The key point. And because if you do not take care today, if you do not act today, perhaps it would be late. It's already late, in fact, but it will be perhaps too late, and for future generations and time to come. Now, with growing science and all that, and so one of the most important aspect which has come into place in many countries have already adopted it is recovery. Recovery of possible usable component, energy recovery, chemicals recovery, nutrients recovery, all this have become one of the most important and fast growing emerging areas when you talk of chemical sciences, biological sciences, chemical engineering, because these are all interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approaches we need to define. But then if you look at, for example, a few statistics, if I show you that Indian cities generate anything between 0.2 kilogram to 0.6 kilogram per person, waste per day. Now it depends upon that big cities, for example, Mumbai is even more than that, against the world global average of 0.66 kilogram per day. In 2002, for example, we generated per day 0.1 million tons solid waste every day. And then in 2020, just in less than 18 years, it became 0.147 million tons. This is a substantial increase. So how do we manage it? Now, if you look at current situation, about 90% is dumped, as was again mentioned by Mrs. Asthana in her opening remark. It is dumped in the urban peripheries or somewhere. But then we know that about only 50% waste is collected from majority of Indian cities and towns. There are some cities where it is, for example, Nagpur, for example, Surat, for example, Indore, there it is 90% or even higher. But then this waste piles, it is not that only we see on the peripheries of the cities. Now all around us, in any city, big or small, any town, big or small, everywhere, we can see the garbage piling up. And it comprises not only plastic, tins, glasses, whatever, every kind of thing. The question is, how do we address this? So we all have to understand, we all have to very carefully, follow it. If we think that after eating the, for example, some snacks somewhere on the street shop, we just throw the paper or the plastic glass. If you take a tea, for example, if you see the disposable cup simply on the street, thinking that somebody will come, broom and carry it. As long as we have this mentality, this country, anywhere in the world, any country cannot become sustainable on waste collection, transportation, treatment, and management. So this point we have to understand, that we have to, like we say, that the disease should not be allowed to come into body. So this is a disease. If we keep throwing the garbage all around, every morning, when the shops are opened, they broom it and put the garbage simply on the street. In our home, many places we do not have a proper collection system or whatever. We just collect the waste. We clean our house, no doubt. But then it just go and maybe 10 meters or 20 meters. Somewhere we'll just throw it. So unless we stop doing that, we should never think of that somebody will cause us a developed country. So this is a fundamental point we have to keep into mind. At the same time, we have to start it from our own home. In winter time, anywhere on and around any school, any college, any university, any institution, whether it is a big or a small laboratories, national laboratories. Winter time, people just go out, they'll buy a lot of peanuts, stand with four friends, peel it out, eat those peanuts and throw the peels there where are they standing. These are not, so if we do, we take pride, at least I'm very proudful that we are educated people and we are, we always would like to be, thought that we are very big people compared to the people who are so-called uneducated and all that. No, it is not, education has not made you a civilized person. If you are doing so, no, we eat, in spite of all kind of bans and all that, we keep seeing people eat pan. I don't have any objection with anybody eating, chewing pan or, or whatever, gutka or whatever. But why you spit on, in a building where you are sitting? No? Who will clean it? Who will, so these are the concept we need to inculcate in our, and this is where the role of institutions like what today is your institute and other people, it becomes very important, very relevant. We have to understand, inculcate this point in ourselves, and then do whatever we can do ourselves. Then only we would be a true, researcher, and we would be able to contribute whatever share of responsibility we owe to this nation or to the society. So I hope that the people who are attending it, not only all that, but all the people in our institution, all the delegates and everyone who is listening, who will be listening the lectures, who is attending this program, would try to inculcate and try to follow. Not that something in very new or novel I have mentioned. Everybody perhaps knows this point, but we have to realize and follow from today onwards, at least by ourselves. Then only there will be a real sense of education, and then relevance of this conference will be, or training program will be obviously much more. So I will not give you further any scientific detailed data and all that, and we can keep talking about microplastic and but then here also I would like to just to mention, as far as possible, please do not use disposable plastic bottle and do not use disposable plastic cups or paper cups, etc. They create only problem, and then there is no one to take care. Recycle system in our country is too poor. Of 100 gram or 100 kilogram waste, 90 kilogram is dumped, and hardly 5% goes for composting, and recycling is less than 1%. So we should not be very happy that we are using recyclable paper or recyclable plastic cup. Please try to minimize uses wherever it is possible. So thank you, AICTE sponsored this program, Manish and Mrs. Rachna Sthana for organizing this, and I am sure that with several lectures and all that, this will be very useful and very relevant workshop and training program. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, sir, for your blessings and your words. Now, I would like to invite our guest of honor, Padma Shri Professor R. Vasudevan, sir. Dr. R. Vasudevan is the Dean and Professor of Department of Chemistry, Tyagaraja College of Engineering, Madurai, Tamil Nadu. He has 42 years of teaching experience with publications in reputed international and national journals. He joined Tyagaraja College of Engineering in year 1975 as a lecturer and rose to a level of professor and dean. Dr. R. Vasudevan, sir, is a man on mission to clean India from the plastic waste. He had a different approach towards plastic. He describes plastic as a poor man's friend, and ban is not a solution. With a view of changing the way plastic is treated in the country, in the year 2002, he innovated a technique of making roads using plastic waste, an eco-friendly process. He could have earned a buckload by the selling it off to private companies. Instead, he chose to share it with the government of India for total free of cost. While the world is struggling with a method to dispose plastic, Professor Vasudevan, sir, with his persisting experiment, has cracked the code on his global issue. in 2015, Government of India has made it a rule for road developers to utilize plastic waste in the road construction within 50 kilometers of the radius of any city with a population of over 5 lakhs. This technology serves the twin purpose of increasing quality of the roads and also solve the problems of the plastic pollution. He has developed newer products using a waste plastic like plastone and cold process corrosion free roads, etc. Professor R. Vasudevan sir was awarded with the Tech Icon of India Safai Giri Award constituted by the India Today Group under the Swachh Bharat scheme and was presented by the Honorable Prime Minister of India Shri Narendra Modi ji on 2nd October 2015. He was awarded the Tapman Award by the Tamil Nadu Plastic Manufacturers Association, the Kalam Innovative Center. New India recently awarded him Dr. Abdul Kalam Innovation Governance Award on January 20, 2018. Dr. Vasudevan sir was awarded very prestigious Padma Shri Award on 3rd of July 2019. He is equally concerned in improving the ethical values of life, particularly among students, through spreading the values of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I request Professor R. Vasudevan sir, please say a few words. Sir.
Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you very much for your kind words and fine invitation. I welcome all the guests and then also Parante have done a wonderful introduction speech. And especially I thank Manish Singh Rajput, who is very sincere and devoted in what his act of inviting us and taking this step for the past 3 months, following us at every step and bringing me to the stage. I really appreciate his passion in the work and his devotion to the work. That is the most important aspect I love, and I wish him more success in his life. Now, we've been asked to talk on faculty development program. So I hope I am facing the faculty now here. The faculties, the teachers are not merely teachers. They are the guru for the ensuing younger generation. They are the builders and the students are the pillars. They must try to develop better India only by motivating the students properly, by bringing out the innate nature of the students very well. And the intelligence, today's intelligence is on par, very good. And we must try the faculty should work hard. And I hope the faculty should have passion and devotion in their work so that they can, they only make the India different. Whatever talk, we may give so many topics for workshop and so many things, but ultimately it is the teacher who makes the students develop, who makes the student motivate, who makes the student to develop great scientists also. Therefore, I first of all wish a very successful workshop for the faculty program and very useful for the staff and subsequently to students. Now coming to your topic, waste management. According to me, there is no waste in this world. No waste is possible. God produces no waste. Anything that is produced is God's action. Man only acts as a nimitta matram bhava. Acts, he is only a tool in the hands of the God, and he develops something as and when it's needed. So whenever dharma is affected, something, dharma is nature's law. That should be, and then something is produced for the betterment of the society. Therefore, now everything is only God's creation. There cannot be any waste. It is the attitude of the man that is important. It is the attitude of the human being that is important. In the world, there are 84 lakhs living beings. Only one person is actually creating waste And I consider the waste is more the human beings are waste rather than anything else. All the living beings are very good. This man, his habit is bad. His garbage culture is not good. He is disposing material indiscriminately, use and throw. All these habits are developed by this man, and this he only developed. Why? Plastic is not a waste material. Plastic is not a poisonous material. It is inanimate disposal of the human being that is important. Therefore, I say waste. There is no waste in the world. I don't call anything as a waste. I call it as a resource. Everything can be converted into useful product. It is the attitude of the man to be important. Remember, the man is an ambassador of the God. He is a representative of the God. He has the intelligence. He has the knowledge. He has to use it. He has to apply the mind. A sincerity in the work of the faith in God takes you beyond limitation. He need to know what best he can do. Everything can be converted to useful product. There is no necessity to say that this is waste. How can there be waste? It cannot be there. The circular economy is followed long, long ago. And today's culture is more selfish. If you go to the industry, they manufacture something, market it, and forget it. And if you go to consumer, he uses it, disposes it, forget it. The government collects it and dumps it, forget it. If that is the case, who is the industrialist? Who is the consumer? Who is the government? All these managed by a human being only. If they are able to understand their role properly, definitely they can improve the situation much, much better. Incidentally, I had a small talk yesterday with one of the great industrialists and the director of a very big company, $100 trillion company, $100 trillion worth of company, who is marketing many materials throughout the world. And he is working on the development of the marketing. I was just asking him, I'm very happy you are working such a great director like that. But what is your role? You just find out the material and market to the people necessary. And have you ever followed after that? After marketing, after using, what happened to the material? Is it helpful to society? Is it create a problem to them? The director, who is such a big man, said, I don't know. What is that? I don't know. You are just only marketing it. We must find out how it happened, what happened to that. Are you not a member of the society? You should not create inconvenience. Yes, we do understand that. See, think about it. This is the attitude that is more important, that creates all the problem. So here, we have to rethink about our own technology. About 100 years back, do we have a global warming? Do you have waste? There was circular economy, which is for especially Indian culture is wonderful. It is well-established culture. A circular economy was going on. Only recently, we are creating all these problems. See, remember, there's a beautiful slogan in Bhagavad Gita. So, that is, which says you must have friends. Devan bhavane devo bhavyantaka, paraspara bhavayantaka, sreha pramastaka. You must be a friend to society. You must be friend to the nature. You must be helpful to the nature. By being helpful to the society one day, you can live. What we are doing, we are not friend to that. Therefore, remember, there is no way to the world. Every word has got a use. Unless you apply your mind, you cannot develop it. Let us work together. Let us think differently. What I say, thinking differently is more important. Conventional. So you always say, when the plastic is wet, what you also say is wet. Why can't it be useful? Think differently. You can develop many, many new things. I have used more than 50 industrial waste into useful product. And today, my requirement plastic is 200 lakhs tons of plastic I need for road. India has got only 20 lakhs. No, not even 10%. Therefore, there is no problem with the plastic. There is no problem. I don't call it a waste. I call it everything's a resource in a part. Try to find a use of that. That becomes worse. Therefore, let us work together to join to find out make it into useful resources. And we will make the India better. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your blessings and well wishes for the successful running of the FDP. I'm sure that under guidance of both of you, the motto of the FDP will be definitely achieved. Now, I would like to invite our chief guest, Professor Vinay Kumar Pathak, sir. Honorable Vice Chancellor Chhatrapati Sahuji Maharaj University, Kanpur. Professor Vinay Kumar Pathak, sir, is currently working as a Vice Chancellor Chhatrapati Sahuji Maharaj University, Kanpur. Before joining CSJMU, Professor Pathak sir served as the VC at Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Technical University. He had also served as the VC at Uttarakhand Open University, Mahavir Open University, Kota, Rajasthan Technical University, Harpur Butler Technical University, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Language University, Lucknow. Professor Pathak sir is serving the nation as a Vice Chancellor of 7th University. Professor Pathak is member of many professional academic administrative councils of the Public-Private Institutions Committee and chairman of the Experts Committee for Accreditation of the many colleges, universities of the engineering and technology, such as member of the Established Committee NCRT New Delhi, member of Board of Management IGNOU, chairman Technical Committee of MP Bhuj Open University, member of Advisory Committee, and many more. Professor Pathak sir has authored many books, book chapters, research and review articles in his name in the many national and international reputed publications. His work as VC at all the universities has led to achievement of the global name. Now, I would like to request our chief guest, Professor Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Vinay Pathak sir, to grace the event with some kind few words. Professor Pathak sir.
Dear Manish and the two guests of honors, Dr. Pandey and Dr. Padam Shri Dr. Vasudevan from Tyagaraja College, Rachna ji, who is the director of the institute. It's a great pleasure today in the morning to be present in this kind of a FDP of the waste management. I think if you look to the whole nature and the mother nature, the largest part of the mother nature is of water, and then we start with earth crust. Then I think the organisms, the animals, and the least number of individuals are the human beings in the quantity. But the mother nature has given the reverse kind of thing and the reverse kind of control. And the human being is controlling the nature, and the responsibility of making an ecosystem of nature is given to the human being. I feel the waste management has got two paradigms. One paradigm is totally social, and the other paradigm is of technology and technological solutions. I think we have to work on both the paradigms. The technical paradigms today we will discuss, and I think the Padam Shri awardee, Professor Vasudevan, also told that he is plastic, and he actually speaks out, and he has outlined greatly what can be there. And the second problem is totally social problem. The social problem is that how we think, how we try to do, what kind of consumerism it can be done. I think we have to make a balance between both of them. Today, there are different techniques, artificial intelligence, data mining, data learning, and all kind of things are happening in the techniques in the waste management, and people are working. Recently, we have seen the Tokyo Olympics. They have made gold, silver, and all other things, extracted metal out of the waste management. I think in our country, ethos is a very, very kind of a thing. It has always told that in the Indian ethos, use whatever you want, don't waste, don't try to put the other things in other kind of things. And that's how, even if it's a kind of the rivers and all other things, we have treated them as a kind of a pilgrimage. We have also treated them like our gods, because we never wanted to put the waste in the river or the sea and all kind of things. If you look to the Indian traditions, they have always said that these things are very, very pious, and you cannot put anything out of these things in these kind of rivers and all other things. I think today, in the waste management kind of thing, the emerging technologies we will talk about. And there are a lot of emerging and local technologies we have to work upon. Local technologies always work out to be fine. I think Kanpur is a right place to work on these kind of technologies. I wish a great success to this faculty development program. And I think in the kind of the convenership Manish has got, it will be a very, very good faculty development program. Thank you very much and wish you a great success.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for your blessings and your words. I thank all the dignitaries to grace the commencement session of the faculty development program and bless the participants with their kind words. The growing problem of effective and sustainable waste management is challenge, and hence it will be an honor for us to hear from the renowned scientists, academicians who are involved in the development of sustainable technologies for effective waste management and solutions. So without wasting much of time, I would like to invite my colleague, Mr. Sushil Kumar Singh, to take on the mic from here. Mr. Sushil.
Thank you, sir, for providing me the opportunity to speak at this event. First of all, good morning to all the respected dignitaries, eminent speakers, and dear participants. Myself, Sushil Kumar Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of Biotechnology, AITH Kanpur. I welcome you all to the Faculty Development Program. Here are a few instructions and points which are to be kept in mind by all our respective participants. For successful completion of the faculty development program and certificate generation, all the participants are requested to attend all the sessions, as 80% of attendance is mandatory for certificate generation. A quiz will be scheduled on the last day of the faculty development program, that is 27th of August. Sufficient time will be provided to all the participants for the submission of answers of the quiz. Participants scoring more than 60% in the quiz will receive certificate from AICTE. A feedback link will be shared with all the participants after completion of each session. All the participants are requested to kindly fill and submit the feedback form within an hour of sharing. It is requested to all participants to keep themselves muted while the session is going on. Participants having queries or any kind of questions for any session are requested to note them down and can ask these questions at the end of session, as as a question and answer session is being provided after each and every session. Now, without wasting much of the time, I would like to invite our first keynote speaker, Honorable Dr. Professor Ashok Pandey sir, to start this session, to initiate the session. Ashok sir.